miserable. And that's what we're seeing, is that we have seen a spike where half of women in their 30s that are unmarried are on antidepressants. Half. We've never seen a spike like this. And again, I'm not saying that's the only reason, but we've never, ever seen a generation or a group of people so angry, so miserable, so medicated. And there's obviously something wrong. We know who are the happiest women in America. Women with 3 or more kids are the happiest women in America. Least suicidal. Yes, right? And by the way, it's not easy, but it's super deep. And so again, if you want to go be a data scientist, God bless you. This is country, free country, go do that. I just think that there's a part of the story that isn't being told, which is that the opposite should be like, have kids as soon as possible, and then you can go pursue your career in your late 30s once your kids are 18 years old.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, guys, we're back here into a new video. Today, we're going to be checking out Charlie Kirk exposes the flaws in feminist logic. This is going to be amazing. This is by Charlie Kirk. I call him Charlie Kick because I love kicking us. Let's get right to this video, guys.
How do you believe feminism should be defined? And do you think it can be reconciled with conservatism?
Well, so yes and no. It depends. There's first, second, and third wave feminism. First wave feminism is that women should have a right to vote. Second wave feminism had a lot of problems, which is the female liberation movement, that women should not just be at home, but they should get into the workforce. Third wave feminism is complete garbage, which is toxic modern day feminism, which is irreconcilable with any decent society, which is far more about hating men than actually respecting women. And you guys all know the type of that kind of feminism. There are some good aspects of second wave feminism, but at the core of feminism, we have to ask the question is, has it made American women happier? And it hasn't, actually. American women are more suicidal, more depressed, more anxious than they were prior. And I believe, and again, we get in trouble for saying this, is that you should have the agency and liberty to do whatever you want. But many women, a majority, like 90+% deep down, have this urge to reproduce and to raise children. And we are telling them to forsake that and go become a CEO of a shoe company. And we're wondering why so many young ladies are miserable and angry, because they're at war with something within them that they actually want to do, which is to have a relationship, have children, and nurture future humans into this world.
Yeah.
I would like to propose an alternative perspective. I'm conservative, but I'm also a feminist, and I think that a better way to propose feminism in the public media would be not to eliminate having children and tell women that they shouldn't have children, but to figure out your career first before you decide to settle down, because you can't really undo that once you have kids.
So I think it's the exact opposite. I think you should have kids first, then do your career, because which one has a timetable on it?
True, but once you have kids, you're committed to that, and you can't really have as much of a career, so you should kind of define your I guess what I'm trying to say.
Kids are way more important than being, a data scientist at Dropbox.
But okay, what if you don't want to have kids?
That's fine. Then go do it. You're risking that you might end up super miserable. And that's what we're seeing, is that we have seen a spike where half of women in their 30s that are unmarried are on antidepressants. Half. We've never seen a spike like this. And again, I'm not saying that's the only reason, but we've never, ever seen a generation or a group of people so angry, so miserable, so medicated. And there's obviously something wrong. We know who are the happiest women in America. Women with 3 or more kids are the happiest women in America. Least suicidal. Yes, right? And by the way, it's not easy, but it's super deep. And so again, if you want to go be a data scientist, God bless you. This is country, free country, go do that. I just think that there's a part of the story that isn't being told, which is that the opposite should be like, have kids as soon as possible, and then you can go pursue your career in your late 30s once your kids are 18 years old. And it's the opposite. We tell people, wait. And by the way, when you reach your 30s, you might be infertile, you might have trouble having kids, you might need IVF, you might need all these other very, harsh treatments, and you might not even find a mate.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy class. Thank you.
This was a immature conversation, if you ask me. Very, very, very matured. And the truth of the matter is that modern day feminists is bullshit, it's trash, it's garbage. Because there are those against men. Anything a man does do, they call it misogynist. They are those basically against men. They don't know where they stand. The first era of feminism was about women should have the right to vote. I give credit to that. That was matured. The second era was women should not, their education should not end in the kitchen. They should have jobs. That is reasonable. That is good. But this modern day feminists, these guys, these ladies, they're just against men. They just want to choke men because it's really, really serious. And the truth is that no matter how you feel like your career is important, your career is good as a woman, your career comes first, you can't compare that with family. I've seen women who choose their career over their family, they end up miserable. A lot of them end up single and with their cats. A lot of them. And it's not an amazing life. I know what loneliness can cause. I know how it feels like because I've been through that before. So if you tell me that you put your career first before any other thing, that you have to choose your career when your career have set up to a maximum extent, then you choose to start a family. That would be your late 30s or early 40s. And some women encounters early menopause at 35. You understand? So your life is just there. There must be a sense of purpose to life. Family brings that sense of purpose. No matter how people choose to gaslight it or not, family brings out the best in you. Starting a family, it's one of the greatest achievements you can ever do for yourself. It's really, really important. If you choose not to give birth, if you choose not to have babies or start a family or even marry, that is your own business. If you choose that and you choose career over everything, it's your own business. But what we're trying to say is that you will end up miserable. The stats have showed it. You will end up miserable. You can't avoid it. It is how it is. It is how it is. When you start feeling that miserableness and loneliness, when you're hitting your 40s and 50s, you start being like, you have achieved everything you want to achieve. Why is it that you are not feeling that happiness in you? It's because you spend your time in the wrong things. Career is important. I'm not saying career is not important, but put family first. Your early 20s as a woman, I feel like you should, I know, not what I feel like, I know you should go get married. Go get married, start a family as early as possible. So if you have 2-3 kids, it's fine. Then within years after the children are already growing up, you can kick up your career. It's the perfect pattern. You can't start career before family. And you can't mix career and kids that are still growing up or 1 year, 2 years and still doing your career. It will break you down. Even with nannies, some nannies are never trusted. So it's best you start your family as early as possible as a woman and grow. It's as simple as that. And I love how Charlie handled this lady. Charlie loved giving himself as an example because his family is the perfect example you can ever wish for or think about. Because Charlie have a very, very beautiful family and his wife is amazing. She's really, really amazing. It's really amazing. Because I follow Charlie, so by following Charlie, I see some of the reposts that Charlie posts concerning his wife. So I'll be like, wow. Then I was able to see the family and see how beautiful and happy they were. It's beautiful. It's lovely. No matter how modern feminists try to brainwash you, family comes first. This is as simple as that. Comment down below, think about this video, give us a thumbs up, share this video to as many as can, subscribe to our channel, guys, to know how to do it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.